right, Thomas, thank you very much once again for joining this exciting program. I am very, very happy to have you in this session. We started this series some time back and it's gaining momentum. And I think more and more people are benefiting from our feedback or whatever we are contributing. So once again, thank you very much for joining this program.
Yeah, you're welcome, Dharam. I'm really excited to be here and have the opportunity every week to discuss with you some topics about program management and PGMP, because I think it's really worthwhile to promote that topic.
Exactly. So today I'm going to talk about, the question I have is about program manager. How do you make yourself as a good program manager? What do you do?
Yeah, so I have actually two parts to that question, two answers. So the first thing is, if you look at the program management standard itself, it tells you a little bit about what a program manager has to do and what the competencies are of a program manager, of a good program manager. And actually it lists 6 competencies. And I will, in the second part of the answer, reflect on a scientific work, a survey which compared excellent program managers with excellent project managers, and what the difference in their competencies and behaviors are. It was done by Sergio Pellegrinelli, a UK researcher, and it was very interesting thing. So the quintessence is a good program manager has nothing to do with a good project managers. They are not just project managers for big projects. You know, they have inherent different attitudes, behaviors, and competencies. So let me start with the standard itself. So we have the 6 competencies that are mentioned in the standard. And though the first thing is communication, which is similar to the project manager, but it has a little bit a different touch. You know, the communication is more outside oriented, not so much to the team and internally. Yes, this has also to happen with negotiations, but you go outside. You know, you more sell your thing, your program. You more have to negotiate with outside parties that it's successful. So this comes to the second competency. Is very strong in stakeholder engagement. Stakeholder engagement means, you know, that you go not just, let's say, have a dinner or a drink with your stakeholders, but you see you understand where the stakeholders are. If they are a supporter of your program or a little bit hesitant, you know, or even an enemy, and you understand that, and then you want to bring them to another understanding, to another perspective, to another attitude towards your program. And this is engagement. You know, you're not engaging for the purpose to have fun and a nice chat. You are engaging for the purpose to influence other people's behaviors toward you in your program. And this is a very strong part. Every project manager would benefit from that, but normally they don't do it. You know, they focus with their stakeholder engagement on the inside of a project, you know, on their team and making sure the team is working well, which is important. But the program manager more looks on the outside stakeholders. And then the third competency is about what we call organizational change management, and this again is about people. So if you implement benefits, if you implement a transformational change in your organization, what you're doing is that you are providing the technologies, the systems, whatever, which is carrying forward this change. But you also have to deal with the employees, with the people who are using this kind of system you are introducing to the organization. And this is called change management, organizational change management. When you see where are they coming from, what should they do in the future, and you know, everybody who experiences an outside change, he first blocks. You say, okay, whoa, what is that? Yeah, what does it mean for me? And organizational change management provides the processes and tools how to deal with that thing. So a program manager, a good program manager, has to be a good change manager too. And maybe he doesn't do the change project himself, but he has to understand how to implement it in the organization. And for sure, you know, he has to deal with the executive level changes by himself. So because although maybe the roles of executives will change in whatever they do in the transformation. And then for sure a leadership part, which is also different from the leadership in a project. In a project you are leading your team. In a program you are more leading the total environment, looking outside, because you have to lead all the governance bodies and the executive, the people who are receiving what you are delivering, the values, and that's a different kind of leadership. It has to do that you should be able to talk on the executive level. Many project managers I saw, they come in a steering committee and they are kind of afraid of being there. And it's founded because sometimes they are dealt with like, you are the dumb guy and you made a mistake and don't do it again, whatever. This will not happen with a program manager. A program manager will have a more level playing field and can even, what I saw the best program managers do, can even demand things from executives and put them under pressure, and is more on an equal level.
Yep.
This is the fourth competency mentioned in the program management standard. So the fifth is that you have to be outstanding in analyzing situations based on lacking information and data. So what this means is you should be able to make judgment calls. You have to make quick decisions based on ambiguity, based on a vague environment. So this analytical skills means that you have to build some experience how to do that. In which situations can you really quickly decide, and which situations need some more scrutiny. This is something you cannot learn from a book. This is something you really have to learn by experience, maybe from a good mentor, from a role model, whatever. You can learn something from there, but it's something that is really built over time in your life. So that's why good program managers are maybe not the people who are 18 or 19 years old. Maybe they are above 30 or even beyond that, and the last competency in the program management guide is the competency of integration, because you have a lot of components in the program. You have projects, you have other activities, you might have parts of operation, and in the end, all this contributes to the benefits you are expecting to deliver with the whole program. So it comes together and you have to integrate it. And that's a genuine task of a program manager. Integration is also a task of a project manager, but maybe instead of integrating, a project manager is more, developing, and creating something, and maybe out of one part that is he has to deliver. Integrating different parts delivered by different people, that's a hard job, because you have to not only integrate when they all are done, but you have to also understand how they should be designed, how they fit together. It's a kind of architecture building, and you have to have a good architect really to provide your program architecture so that the full picture is being visible to all the people. So these are the 6 competencies. So Dharam, from your view, what do you see is maybe missing here or should be stressed?
No, you covered most of the points very well. And I like to add a few other things like, personal level, with PMI do talk about what are the basic competency like communication and stakeholder engagement. But yeah, part of the communication is like, emotional intelligence and, empathy and a few other things which you have to build because you're dealing with several project managers, program team member. So you need to take care of them as well, so that they like to work for you as well as they can get good and give you the job, the effective work which can help you to achieve the benefits for the organization. So as a leader, you have to build your competency as a leadership style. You have to have which is more collaborative. At the same time, you have to directive as well because people are looking towards you for giving them right direction at right time, resolving issues, resolving problems and conflicts. So you need to such skills as well. Yeah,
that's true. And maybe some of these what you mentioned, also were mentioned in the paper I talked about by Sergio Pellegrinelli. So actually, he really compared excellent project managers in the UK with excellent program managers in the UK. And then he said, okay, there are some different views on several topics. So I think he had about 20 of these comparisons. I won't comment on all of these in this short speech, but maybe pick a few. So the first thing is, what is my relationship between myself as a program manager and the work I'm doing? So what is my focus? What am I focusing on? While a project manager is focusing on the deliverables, the team and how to create something, a project manager is out of the today. So he's more focusing on the future. It's a very strong future orientation, and he has an awareness of things that are coming. Not only the impacts of bad things, but also the opportunities of benefits. New benefits and change benefits. So that's something. What is a differentiator? And with that comes, that a program manager is more opportunistic. So if something comes along, he grabs it. If something comes along, a good project manager might look at it as a bad change, he wants to avoid. That's a big thing. So looking out for changes and analyzing very quickly if they could be beneficial to the whole thing of a program, while a project manager says, oh, wait a minute, I have to look at it in very much detail and looks at it procedural. Also, a project manager probably has this one role. I'm a project manager. I'm in charge of the team and the deliverables and this and that. While a program manager during one program takes on different hats. He might be the good guy, the team player, the leader, the nice guy, but he also might be the bad guy in the steering committee, or he might be negotiating with external parties, and he might play some politics. So normally, a program manager is very comfortable with having different plural roles during his tenure as a project manager. So, and another, maybe feature is the way how conflicts are managed. So project managers don't like conflicts, although we tell them you should be using conflicts to create something new. But a project manager, if there's a conflict in the team, maybe he goes there and talks to the one guy and the other guy. A program manager, in contrast, is more somebody who is very subtle with that, because he is not really in charge of solving the conflict, but he's in charge to making sure these guys are enabling themselves to solve the conflict between them. In the team engagement, he seeks to inspire and he seeks to change behavior, to influence. Again, influencing is a key part of the role of the program manager. So if you want to look into details of that paper and maybe have something, I will put something up on LinkedIn in a few days. But I think it's a very interesting view on the change, on the difference between a program manager and a project manager, which helps you understand what kind of behaviors you should show. And it also tells me, if I look at all these differences are similar to the difference between a good project manager and a department head. If you are in charge of a business department and you have some business responsibility, let's say a product owner, or you're creating a transformation, or you're running operations, you will see that you exhibit a lot of these traits of a good program manager. That's why I'm always saying, if you are in this area of being in charge of a business unit or a business target or whatever, you will really benefit from looking at all these program management tools and techniques and things, how to do it. You learn from that, you get a better understanding, and it will improve your performance in your job.
Exactly. And also people can benefit from the PMI standards, especially the program management standard, the standard for program management, that's what they call 4th edition. And there's another document which is the excellent document, that examination content outline for PGMP. While it is specific to the exam, but it is talking about role of a program manager, what you are expected to perform in various domains, subdomains. So these two documents are very, very important. And even if you're not doing PGMP, you should take membership, PMI membership, and download this document for free and learn from that. And if you happen to join my program, PGMP program, I will be talking about lots of things, including what is the difference between project manager, program manager, portfolio manager, how they connect with each other, how they support each other. So all this will be discussed, and you're going to learn everything about your role as a program manager.
Yeah.
So Thomas, thank you very much. It was really, really great to learn from your experience, and you have pointed out many things. I think many people are already excited to become even better program manager. They got some wonderful tips for you, and so they can always reach out to us via LinkedIn or maybe phone, or whatever it is, whatever they feel comfortable with. So guys, please reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy if you are attending the program, PGMP Bootcamp or mentor program. Love to guide you, help you. So now, Thomas, thank you once again, and really pleasure working with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dharam. It was a pleasure. And guys, don't hesitate to come to us and ask about program management.
Perfect. Thank you.